husband told me I was embarrassing. Now he's suddenly my biggest fan. My husband was sprawled on the couch, totally absorbed in his fantasy football lineup on his phone when I received the news. Honey, guess what? I said, unable to contain my excitement. I got a 10-minute spot at the comedy club tonight. That's nice, babe, he said without looking up. Hey, make sure you're back by 9. The guys are coming over for the game, and I told them you'd be cooking. Of course, honey, I said, still smiling. So, I've been working on some new material for tonight, and just don't take it too seriously, okay? He interrupted, glancing up from his phone. Your jokes aren't that great, so don't get hurt if they don't laugh. He reached over and patted my hand. I'm just trying to protect you from disappointment. The excitement drained out of me like someone had pulled a plug. I nodded and forced a laugh. You're right, I said. But no, he wasn't. The comedy club was packed that night. Backstage, my hands were shaking. Your jokes aren't that great, kept echoing in my head. Then the MC called my name. But the moment the spotlight hit me, all the nervousness disappeared, and I was rolling joke after joke. And the audience this time wasn't just listening. They were leaning in, shouting comments alongside my jokes. My husband treats the TV remote with more care than our wedding photos. Trust me, he loses that thing and he's flipping the whole house. But our anniversary comes along and he's suddenly like, didn't we have that last year? The room exploded with laughter. By the time I finished my 10 minutes, they were chanting my name, calling for more. I floated off stage and headed to the bar for water. My face was flushed, my heart still racing. That was brilliant, said a voice behind me. A woman in designer clothing sat beside me. How long have you been performing? About 4 months, I said, suddenly self-conscious. Just open mics mostly. 4 months? Her eyebrows shot up. You have incredible natural timing. She pulled out a business card. We're scouting for a new special featuring undiscovered female comics. You have something special. Call me. She grabbed her drink and headed back to her seat while I sat there staring at the card. Looks like you're gonna be a star, the bartender winked. Somehow I still couldn't believe it. Of course, the first thing I did when I got into my car was call my husband. Honey, you won't believe what just happened, I said when he picked up. Oh, now you call? I told you to be home by 9. Now we have no food for the game, so thanks a lot. My friends and I are here starving and I look like an idiot promising you'd cook for them. He hung up. I sat there stunned, feeling deflated like a punctured balloon. That's when the memories started flooding in. All those Tuesday nights performing to empty chairs because he never came. Not once. The time his mother asked about my little hobby and he laughed. Even when I came home crying after my first bombed performance, all I got from him was a harsh lecture. Maybe you'll realize this isn't for you. I looked down at the card in my lap. Someone had finally taken a bet on me. It was time I did the same for myself. I texted her. I'm interested. I joined a video call with the production team. We're looking at $50,000 upfront, the producer explained. The touring schedule would start in 3 months, 6 months on the road. Whatever you need, we'll cover it. What's going on? My husband asked, peeking into the room. I saw his eyes lock onto my laptop screen. The streaming service logo was right there. The producer's voice filled the room. We're going to make you a household name. See you soon. And suddenly, he was interested. Is that real? Like an actual contract? I just shrugged. Tonight's your show at the club, right? He smiled, pulling me into a loving hug. I should come. I'll bring all the guys. They should see how talented my wife is. I almost laughed. Talented? Just weeks ago, he called me embarrassing. But okay. Sure, honey. I hope you enjoy the show, I said. Little did he know tonight he was going to be my biggest joke. My husband had claimed the entire front row with his buddies. He was whistling and clapping before I even reached the mic. That's my wife, he shouted. I smiled at the audience. So nice to see some new faces tonight, especially in the front row. I looked directly at him. My husband decided to finally show up. The regular audience giggled. He beamed, completely missing the edge in my voice. He's so supportive, I continued. Just last week, he told me my jokes aren't that great, that I shouldn't take this too seriously. 3 weeks ago, I called him after landing my first big show. You know what he said? He was mad I didn't come home to cook for his friends. I didn't know I had 4 other husbands to feed. A woman in the back shouted, dump him! Dump him where? The trash out back is already full of other unsupportive husbands. The audience roared. My husband's friends openly laughed at him while he glared. But I should thank him, I said. He's given me enough material for my entire special. This man is a goldmine. Too bad he won't be on tour to see it. I took my bow, and the crowd went wild. I walked off that stage with a fist in the air like the end of the Breakfast Club. Don't mess with the bull.